And welcome back to the stream. It is Monday evening. We're going to be playing some Factorio today. I've once again spent basically all week in my Fulgora quality sandbox, just rejiggering my design for a better scrap sorter. And I'll stamp that down very soon. ScotiaCon is just around the corner. Oh my god, I cannot wait. I'm gonna get off work on Thursday and immediately start packing for it. We got a lot more people in our events chat who are really hyped to go. It's at the point where we're seriously worrying about room capacity and such, but I was very organized last year, and I'm not shy about bouncing people and making sure that we have enough space for everybody. So hopefully it'll work out. Anyways, let's jump into the game. All right, so here we are. Where was I? Right, so the status is we only have a handful of scrap miners left making stuff. So I need to tap a new source of scrap and bring it over into this island and keep going. Either that or start over on a bigger island, let's say this one. Just comparing the size of that to this, like, we'll stay with this for the time being. I'll bring a train in and get just get 2 belts worth of scrap going through, and if I need to upgrade later, then I will. But I think this will do us for now. One thing that I want to do right away is on Vulcanus. I still don't have any. I still don't have any rare portable fission reactors, but I need some mobility, so I need to actually get moving. So what we can do is I'll set a buffer chest requesting requesting 4 normals. And as soon as those are built, I'm going to send Cutlass out to go fetch them for me. I don't... Well... How are we doing on belts? So, like, logistics. We have got 500 splitters. Where are my belts? 800 belts. That should do me for now. Right, so Cutlass, go pick up where is it? 4 fission reactors from Vulcanus. That's all I need. And then come back to Fulgora. Right, we'll just have those two going. Sorry. In the meantime, let's go ahead and stamp this down. Oh, these have run out. Goodness. All right. So, well, we'll do that in just a second. Hi, Rook Dark Fox. How's it going? I was just saying earlier that once again I've spent most of the weekend and most of the week before, like working on a better design for my Fulgora base. Instead of anything more anything more useful or productive or fun. But you know, we don't play Factorio to play, do we? We play it to work. So I'm just waiting on... Oh, there it goes. My 4 portable fission reactors are on their way. So we can get rid of that. And we can set this back to voiding fission reactors for quality. We've got a handful of stuff to work with here. This is a quality upcycler of my own design. It basically reads the exact number of recipes required and outputs that specific signal. Goes to this selector combinator, which then reads if we still have enough ingredients, and it gets stored here. So if we have like, if we have a massive amount of uncommons to go through, it'll store the uncommon recipe signal and keep that going until it's drained, and then this will send the clear signal, and it starts over again. And just in case 2 signals get input at the same time, I have something to handle that. This is a kind of a downgrade from my original blueprint, which is belt based. But the problem is some of the ingredients will jam on the belt with the way that I've got it currently designed. But you literally only have to like pick your recipe, let's say heat exchangers, and let's see, yeah, and it's already got like the ingredients and the ingredient counts ready to go. It's also a rather large blueprint, so it's actually not really fit for purpose on Fulgora. The other problem that I ran into is I spent so much time working on my scrap sorting and voiding loop, and not enough time like actually managing production. So what's happening now is like I didn't realize just how many batteries you need to fuel all of your supercapacitors. So I'm gonna have to take the iron and copper, and doesn't it require I can't make batteries with those. It needs to be chemical plant, right? And sulfuric acid. So I'm gonna need to crack down some light oil to petroleum to sulfuric acid water. Had playthroughs that I ended up giving up on. The main bus got impossible to manage. Yes, that is absolutely an issue. Let me show you what happened with my... Well, actually, I could go back to my first attempt, Space Age 1. I didn't even get off the planet. I like immediately went to train base and like a bot grid. I don't even have like flamethrowers down, but like I went absolutely crazy with designing the rail network, and Yeah, I didn't get very far because I was just too obsessed with making this work. Um, and then on Space Age 2, my second attempt, I went from novice to Vulcanus, and that was fine. I actually am pretty happy with this base. Although there's some improvements that this could use, like using landfill instead of dumping the stone directly. Like it's nice and modular. And I had a pretty good concept for Gleba as well. Although I have a different idea for when I come back here. Uh, like here I have like fruits coming in, and it's being stopped if there's an overflow, and it's just kind of going through on demand. But the big problem for me is this mash is now just sitting on the belt forever, and I don't think that's really acceptable because mash has a much lower spoil time, right? 3 minutes, holy cow! I didn't even realize it was that bad because like fruit is like an hour, isn't it? Yeah, it's like an hour. So that's why I was producing so much pollen. But the real reason I gave up was Fulgora. Once again, I decided to scale up, go big, import lots of scraps, sort it all, and then put them all onto trains. And then I tried having like I mean, yeah, just look at this monstrosity. I tried to have like individual islands that would just do one thing. So like this island was just making batteries. But this did not get off the ground. Like as soon as I did this, I got burnt out and had to quit again. So anyways, let's go back to our main game. Oh, Cutlass is almost back with my new nuclear reactors. We'll just do drop slot there. Let's go ahead and request them. Four and four. And while we're waiting for that, let's stamp down our new brand new scrap sorter machine. Oh, we've got rare fission reactors. We have one, anyways. Let's do this if we have all four. Don't think I ever moved on from playing on modded. Did have a few modded ones that didn't go anywhere. Haven't played for at least a few years now. I mean, the Space Age mod is absolutely incredible. I have not really felt the need to play any other mods since starting this. Although I did stop after... I did try Factorio 2, and I did get all the way to the end. It was kind of an interesting playthrough because God, I can't resist anymore. Let's go to K2. Well, actually I can't because I don't have any of my mods installed. But suffice to say, trains were absolutely necessary on Factorio, and the massive warehouses and loaders were a huge help. The fact that like sand was needed to make silicon, which was needed for electronic circuits, and the massive quantities of sand that was produced from just grinding and crushing and filtering water meant that I had to have a specific module just attached to my train network that would request all waste sand and also make sure that there is a surplus ready to be delivered throughout the base. And it just felt kind of cool. Like I was a sanitation engineer or something. Anyways, so here's my scrap sorter voider. Gonna make a copy and import it into here. This is my old one, so we're gonna get rid of this. New one is here. And this is a slightly smaller blueprint. I think what I want is for the belts to be arranged this way. So, kind of like that. Oops. I should really remember to do more in the remote view. It's just the superior way to plan and build in this game. There we go, and that will hook up when it's ready to. Let's see, now where am I? Right, now some of these belts are coming off in different places. So let's see. Just gotta think for a second. Yeah, let's redo all of this. That can stay where it is, though. So I need steel and concrete through there. This is just a whole mess. Let's just redo all of the belts. Right. Ice comes down here. Solid fuel can stay where it is. Holmium ore. Wait, what's going down here? Oh, this is solid fuel. That's fine. Let's see. Holmium ore there. Stone. Where is stone? Oh, this is already This is already becoming untenable. And because I've already busted my display monitors, I don't know where anything is. All right, we'll leave that alone for a second. Just give it a second to go. Do I have my? Yes, I do. Also, I see that I have some miscellaneous stuff in my inventory that I want to get rid of. Here we're gonna take that off. We're gonna put in our fission reactors. Holy cow, they're huge. So I can fit one more exoskeleton. Whoa! Oh, I'm so fast. I'm flying. So let's just fill in the rest of these concrete gaps. There we go. Do I have personal roboports? I only have one. Right. Okay, so let's redo this a little bit more sensibly. Right. So, ice is going to come out this way. I know, the zoomies, it's so good. And, yeah, I'm still forgetting to do things in remote view when I really should be. Maybe something like that. And then we can just pass the water straight through that way. Yeah, I think that works. Really don't think we're going to need that much water, but it can't hurt, right? Okay. I need... Sorry. Need a lightning tower? Need another lightning tower? This is getting light oil from all the way up there. That's fine, but we can make another one. down here. In fact, I think that makes more sense to do. So let's see. Just gotta think about this for a second. Just get even more space to work with. And actually, we can probably move these closer as well. Well, thank you for the follow. James Dewesky. Welcome to my Factorio stream. It is going. I've restarted Fulgora a few times now, but now I've got a scrap sorter voider that that works to my specifications and can be upgraded with quality to handle 2 stacked belts. Right now I only have 2 regular belts, so this is still technically a starter base. But I am, let's see. Yeah, I think I should just start a line of pipes from here. Yeah, here would be good. So what do I need? I'm not going to need plastic. Let me just look at my Wikipedia. I'm going to need lubricant for electric engines. And that's it. I can make that anywhere. Heavy oil you can get from the sand. That makes electrolyte. Crack down to light oil for superconductors and rocket fuel. Petroleum gas, I need sulfur, which is used for sulfuric acid. Do I need explosives for anything here? Doesn't look like it. And besides, I can't make explosives without coal. Coal is literally impossible to get on this planet. I think. Like, I think there is a coal synthesis recipe, but it requires gleba. So, anyways. So all I need is sulfur directly down to sulfuric acid, so I can make batteries and more processing units. Alright, so I've got my plan. So we're going to crack heavy oil down to light oil. Maybe... No, we can just flip those. Have the water come through there, that's fine. I will say the Fulgora music is not the best, so apologies if that one single droning note gets a bit annoying. It kind of gets on my nerves as well. Okay, so that's heavy oil, down to light oil. Let's give myself a slight bit more room to work with. Not like that. What I want is just something like that to connect them. And actually move this over by one. There we go. So that's sulfuric acid, speed modules. Well, not sulfuric acid yet. I need to actually make that. Where is it? Water and petroleum makes sulfur. I think we're only going to need one for now. That's 2 per second plus speed modules. And this will make sulfuric acid. This consumes 5 per second and makes 50. This produces 4 per second. Yeah, it's fine. And we're just going to cheese this, because I cannot be bothered. Let's just make sure this has 200 iron plates at all times. Right. So, water, heavy oil, light oil, sulfuric acid. And again, I can make lubricants on demand if I really, really need it. All right. So that was one step done. Am I really not making offshore pumps anywhere? There we go. Swarm of Bees soundtrack. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know what they were thinking with this track specifically, but some of them are really good. In fact, I wonder, can I, like, do I have control over, like, what gets played? Play the next track. Okay. Let's say Control Shift N. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, so what's the next step? Let's get a little something for rocket fuel. Priority left. Come on down. Good. This can't go through. Alright, fine. And we don't have any homium. Actually, what the problem I think is we're not producing enough space science. This is a very basic design for a space science generating platform, but it needs heavy improvement. I need to like extend this like outward so that it can collect more asteroids. So that's one of the goals that I have for this stream. But in the meantime, we can research one of these infinite sciences, such as steel plate. Mining prod is always a good shout. Can do a few refined flammables. Right up to space science. Stronger explosives. Up to space science, yeah, fine. That should finish very quickly. Here we have, I'm gonna have to let's see, active provider chests. Just safely store those for now. Oh my goodness, we are completely backed up on Homium Solution. Hey, Pocket Wolf. Didn't realize you were on. Let's see. Let's just move all of this out. All right. Oops. So we've got that. I'm going to redo this with pipes here, pipes there. Again, I keep forgetting to do this in my remote viewer. That's just the price of doing business, isn't it? Actually, that can just be like that. 10 seconds per 2, we can get away with fast inserters. Okay. Trying to remember if I need stone for anything else. I need it for foundations. I need it for electrolyte. I need it for rail. Landfill is eventually going to be used for biochambers and such. It's not important. Guess really what is important is I should let these be proper production lines and not clog up this area too much. So on that basis, give this another 2 spaces of clearance. Holmium ore is not used for anything else, so that can go straight in. But I'm going to break that for now, just so that we can use this stuff first. All right. And I am going to need... Oh, keep forgetting. I also have this. All of my hotkeys. All right. What now? Electrolyte. Just drain a little bit faster, please. And I think this works, right? Well, the problem is that everything is just colliding with each other. It's got to move all of my modules one by one. Ah, come on. Right, this takes heavy oil. We can snag directly from there. Not producing here anymore. Alright, that works, I think. This takes stone. Okay. And holmium solution. That's the nice thing about deconstructing storage tanks is the stuff does just teleport into the next available space. That doesn't reach those beacons. So this is not repeatable, unfortunately. Guess that'll have to do for the time being, though. Also, what's going on here? Is this we are really down to just these two miners. We got more researches we can do. It's the maximum braking force. Then I guess just mining productivity. You know what? Let's go ahead and do our rails for now. I want 500 rails. I want two rail ramps. 40 support structures. And I need a mall to make 2 locomotives. And I need a mall to make 2 cargo wagons. And we have officially run out of scrap. Right. Don't know what that's doing there. Anyways, we can have a train stop here. Let's go ahead and make a rails. I mean, yeah, I will need rail signals and chain signals eventually, but for now, it's just going to be a single track with exactly one job. So not terribly important. Right, those are my output belts. And 1, 2, 3 input belts? No. It's supposed to be like that, yes. Aha, that's right. Okay, and no, this needs to come like really far up, doesn't it? And also, if this is going to handle 4 belts of scrap, let's see. We'll just keep it simple. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Do 1 there, 1 here. There we go. And then we mirror this on the other side. So something like that. However, we now need to move these up a little bit. So it can be something like that. Or no. Like, that should work. Right. Now I just need a little bit more room for the train headers. Right, so that's the thought anyways. I am going to need a train stop here. Perfect. We're going to call this scrap out. Train limit 1. These are going to want some rocket fuel. Can I insert rocket fuel from there? No. That's a slight problem. So let's move this up by 1 more. And now we can add rocket fuel. What's going on here? Right, that's connected, that's connected, that's connected. Don't know why the rocket fuel has come out here. It's very strange. Alright. So now we should be able to just drag this all the way across. To this island here. Do I not have cliff explosives? I really should. Okay, this is all clear now. Now, where's the best place for the train station? Like, I guess that works. We'll see if that works. God. I've got so much crap. So much crap on me. Alright, good enough. I could use a few more mining drills. Look at me flying. It's so nice. Now, the burning question is... Oh, nope, it's not quite enough. What if I move it up by one? Now I can do that. Okay. Jet energy. Nothing beats a jet energy holiday. Yes. And, lightning collector? I only have one? Come on, give me lightning collectors. Give me accumulators. And rare accumulators, if you've got any. Okay. Now, here's the thing. A lot of hay is made about making sure that the loading chests are nice and balanced. Like these guys, right? Because when you have new trains coming in, if these chests are always full and these ones are always empty, then it ends up taking a long time to actually fill the train when it comes in. I've personally never seen the sense in that. Like it's useful if you're really thinking about like mega basing and end game and you really want to maximize your train throughput. But for basic purposes like this is really all you need. But I could really make this a slight bit more, like, just better electric field coverage, right? Okay. just fill the rest of the area with accumulators. Somehow these ended up misaligned. Great. Don't know how that keeps happening. There we go. So we're going to go to out until empty, and then go to in until full. Let's go. All right, the first train of this run. That's filling up really quickly. And here we are. We got scrap outcoming. Oh, it's so lovely. Oh, it's so good. And here we have a nice line of blue chips that gets processed instantly into green chips and red chips. The big change from my last design is I had a heat exchanger recipe that consumes a lot of copper plate and a little bit of steel and pipes to avoid a lot of copper all at once. But I got some feedback from Reddit that showed that that was a very inefficient way of doing it, and really not necessary. These 6 recyclers are all that's necessary to recycle all of the copper that this produces. And also, this should shut off as soon as holmium ore backs up on this line. But it's going to keep processing until everything else is good. So like, I don't want to make myself panic too much, but I feel like I could be making some use of this stuff while it's available. Right, solid fuel, ice, stone. Yeah, let's get some stone. All right. Why has this stalled? Also, trains. Waiting. Waiting to output. Ah. Got a slight problem. These are not aligned properly. These need to go up by 1. The train would have absolutely splattered me if I didn't have mech armor. But now it's going. Holy cow, it's emptying like super fast. Also, I've got a new shipment of batteries that I can place down. Like these are gonna do just fine with power, I'm sure. Yeah, it's not even going through that much. But I do want a single radar. Yeah, these are really, really chewing through it. Which is to be expected, I suppose. Still not completely backed up holmium, but we're getting quite close. Alright, let's work on the rest of the base. It's almost 7 o'clock already. Jeez. Just getting the base operational again is going to take the rest of the time, I'm afraid. Do I want to move that module up here? That shouldn't be necessary. I can just snake the sulfuric acid through wherever I need to. Yeah, it shouldn't be an issue. But we don't need these display panels anymore. can convert these to actives and move the holmium ore down there. Let's see, it's the next step. So we're making those. I think the next step is to make a lot of batteries and accumulators. Might also be helpful to have... Oh, yes. Trying to find the most space-efficient way to do this. Alright, that's my iron line. So just something like that. And again, copper plate. Copper plate, sulfuric acid, which, like a bonehead, I've made all the way down here. Yeah, like now that I've made it, the blueprint is actually rather large. So we'll just live with our mistakes. We're gonna have chemical plants making batteries. This will make 1/4 of a battery per second, so we're gonna need a lot of speed modules. Iron and copper. Am I gonna need copper for much else? Just batteries, superconductors. I mean, I'm sure I'll need stuff later. Still not a whole lot. Um, like I'm really afraid that I'm gonna have to make this recipe quite large. In fact, maybe it makes more sense to build them down here. Right? That's a strong maybe. Right. So, um, slight problem with that approach is I have all of these beacons that can be paired up with something useful, but it's gonna have to go someplace else. I've got all of these in building quality, so that's something I might change. No, it's useful to have all of these batteries. Yeah, like all of that's gonna get used eventually. So that all can stay the way it is. However, for now, I need to move all of this crap like there. Just to give myself a bit more clearance. Thinking. Maybe I do want to move all of this over. Like, it's not actually that big. I just need to keep moving stuff around until it makes sense. Oh, but one problem is I don't have my water anymore. Which I need the water anyways for here. So No input fluid. Is that because I have no scrap? Yes, that is why. Okay. The water comes out there. Boom. And here is sulfuric acid. Alright, so we got the building blocks. So we'll make batteries here. There we go. Batteries. Not very many, but it's something. Hey, Pocket Wolf. Doing good? I'm going to prioritize there, and this is going to come straight back down to accumulators. Oh, don't know what's going on here. This is all vestigial crap. Iron and batteries. I'll fix that later. How to do this. Wait, what's that? That's batteries. We're running into some belt issues already. So something like that, I think. Right, iron batteries. Comes out to here. And also I'm going to need batteries for the supercapacitors, right? So we'll just do batteries like that. Coming out. Or have them coming across. That can also work. I'm really not happy with this. Like, I guess this works. Just gotta think about this a little. Yeah, sure. We'll just keep this the way it is for now. Worst comes to worst, we'll just we'll do all of our quality via bots. And just be done with it. Eesh. Anyways, we've got 2 steps left. This takes copper, plastic, and chromium plate. Actually, we've got a bunch of steps left. Maybe instead I'll take this crap and move it down here. Back to where it was originally. So, accumulators out. Copper and iron in. Batteries out. So something like that. Have batteries coming out this way, iron coming in here. And then batteries also coming out that way. Meanwhile, we're going to have iron here, copper there, iron there. I think that's all I need. Plus, of course, the sulfuric acid, which I've moved multiple times. And I'm going to move again. This time I'll move it down here. Oh wait, no, I don't need to. I've already got a sulfuric acid set up. So, in case you haven't been following, I've got my rare mech armor. I've got nuclear reactors. So now my exoskeletons are actually working. And I'm moving real fast. And the cool thing about mech armor is you can now fly. Which is really, really sick. I ran out of scrap entirely on this little base here. So I've now got one train going to this island, which is harvesting a crap load of scrap. Like, these chests are actually almost full. And that's just because this factory isn't fully operational right now. It's backed up on Holmium. And it will be until I am done reconfiguring everything. Let's see. Just thinking. Iron gear wheels, right? What do I need gear wheels for? I'm looking at all of these. And it's actually not used to anything critical. Like, I need it for engine units, but I can always request those. So yeah, actually, let's just do that. Let's break it all down to iron. Call that a day. Copper's coming out here. Batteries are coming out. Green chips, plastic, steel. Steel I need for recyclers. Yeah. Yeah, I need it for recyclers. I need it for a lot of stuff. Red chips I need for a lot of things as well. So everything else here is necessary, but gear wheels not so much. Okay. Right. So I've got an electrolyte line, and I have a holmium line. Holmium solution line. That's good. It's very important. So the rest of these belts can snake downward if I need them, and have more room on the right side for quality production if I feel like it. So I think this is working out. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of these, get rid of those, get rid of those. Get rid of those. Make this more compact. Alright, so new main bus. So I think first I want 3 lines coming down this way, going straight over into my my batteries. So I've got copper, iron, and then batteries. Copper, iron, and then batteries. Okay. And then this is outputting batteries. And this is outputting accumulators. Batteries and accumulators are, well, accumulators are used here. Batteries are used here. Okay. Actually, that's an idea. Since we're already so close to the bottom here. Right, if my accumulators snake across to science. Other is supercapacitors. just get rid of all of this crap for now. I'll fix it soon. God, I hate that. Just... boom. Oh, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Superconductors. Let's do these next. Copper, plastic bar, holmium plate. We can do this a little bit better. If I have copper on the outside line, then I can combine this. Then I just need plastic and holmium. But I'm gonna need to produce holmium and send it up vertically, aren't I? In that case, No, I think that's an error. Right, plastic bar, holmium, and I'll have the holmium come up instead. The just like that. And light oil comes out here. Okay, that's connected. This is producing quality holmium. Superconductors, that is. Yeah, this is gonna work out, I think. Okay, am I ready to hook this up? That's taking regular stuff. This is going to take the good stuff here. Let's change the music. Okay. So we've got this, and we're making copper and plastic going into here, and chromium plate just needs to connect here. What else does chromium plate make? Just those two. Okay. So one going up here. As soon as production kicks on again, then we'll see the results of that. That's good, that's good. Next up, supercapacitors. This takes superconductors. It takes electrolyte, chromium plate. Okay, it's got these two. They're coming up, and batteries. Which batteries are coming out here. So we're gonna have these go up. We're gonna have these go down. They go down, Robert. It do go down. There we go. Good. Need another lightning rod down here. That's good. Superconductors are also used in, well, they're used in supercapacitors. And the rest we could just send to the network, it looks like. Anything uncommon or greater will come out here. Make some available to the robo network. And what did we decide? It's just going to be for supercapacitors. That's right. Therefore, we can do that. these can come down, and that's going to be... Oh, holmium plate, superconductors, batteries. That's a little bit of a problem. All right, we'll reverse course again. And we'll combine this with electronic circuits. Oh, what's going on here? 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I think we're close. We're very close, guys. All right, these are coming down. Gonna do a similar thing here. And then lastly, finally, we get to redo science. This takes accumulators and supercapacitors. We're going to combine like that. Straight up here. This needs a hookup. Oops. There. Oops. This direction. Perfect. Hook up there, and where's my holmium solution? go. And now, if I'm correct, that is everything that we need for Fulgora. Are we using the heavy oil? Is heavy oil hooked up? Right, heavy oil. Heavy oil is not hooked up. Electrolyte is not hooked up. There we go. Anything else we're missing? No, it's looking pretty good to me. We're capturing holmium plates. We're capturing rare superconductors and regular ones. And limited that chest, yes. How about this one? That's full, that's limited, good. Batteries. Good. All right, let's kick this on. Boom. Let's drain the belt. Okay, these are backing up. That's fine. While we're waiting for that to go, we can hook this back up, I think. Just stick it there. Oh, that's a problem. Hope that didn't propagate all the way down here. Looks like it's fine. But I've got these belts mixed up. Iron goes there. Batteries are there. Copper here. And we don't have sulfuric acid. Why not? good. We need a lot more water. Holy cow, we need more water. Can I squeeze in a few beacons here? Okay, that's looking a lot better water-wise. This would benefit from prod modules. It's a possibility if we actually need that much water. I'm gonna monitor that process for a little bit. Here, we're still low on sulfuric acid just because of the water issue. But like, this is backing up. This is backing up. These are producing. These are good. But we don't have any batteries. Because the belts are going the wrong direction. Otherwise, these are producing. We have no electrolytes. And that's because we have no heavy oil. And that's because we don't have anything making offshore pumps. Just absolutely bananas to me. Okay. Now we're topping up on electrolyte. We're filling up on science packs. Look at them go. While we're waiting for that to kick on, let's see what's going on here. Has this stalled? We're completely out of coal. I didn't think it would happen, but there it is. Vulcanus is out of coal. I have to go find a new coal patch to tap. I think there's a bit there. Uh, hmm. Can't tell me that dinky little patch is the best I've got. Fair enough, I suppose. Curious about this. Has this made any more? No, it looks like they're fine. This hasn't been activated. All right. So that's a bit of a problem. It means I actually have to be pretty precious about materials and Vulcanus until I tap that. Meanwhile, we're still struggling on electrolyte. That's because we're out of stone. And we're out of stone because we're backed up on holmium ore. Okay, things are flowing again. Superconductors are completely full. Just need a new shipment of batteries. Need more sulfuric acid. Need more water. Need more ice. Alright, this calls for prod modules. Like, it can't possibly be because of this. It's not consuming that much water. Like 6 per second? Like, no. It's just that the rest of the base is that thirsty. I just never thought that we'd be low on ice of all things. Okay, but we are producing sulfuric acid in some quantity, which means we're getting some amount of batteries. Accumulators are backing up. We're experiencing some brownouts. Let's get rid of this. It's not really serving our purpose anymore. Jump back to Vulcanus and just steal this recipe. Come on. This is gonna request rares. Just 6. This is gonna request rare batteries. 15. Just make as many as you wish. Right. How? What are we trying? 6 iron and 15 batteries. Rare and rare and rare. We'll just leave that alone for now. Select accumulator. Send accumulator. Good. This will be all accumulators less than rare. This will be only rare accumulators. This will be anything that's not accumulators of any quality. Good. Hopefully that won't be too thirsty. Like, it's gonna take some batteries every now and then, but nothing too crazy. In fact, we can move this down to here. There and there. Alright, looking good. Now, what's going on here? We're low on chromium solution. Because we're low on water. Because we're always low on water. However, things are flowing. Scrap is going as fast as it possibly can. Had a little bit of a stutter there for some reason. And it's because we're backed up on blue chips, of all things? Why are we backed up on blue chips? Must just be, like, power fluctuations. Okay, we have emptied our scrap boxes. Well, thank you for the follow. No. Let's see. Oh, that's why it's struggling. Just fly over here real quick and fix that problem. There, now we have doubled our scrap throughput. Oh, we missed the train. And it's away again. Let's see how fast this fills the belts, the boxes now. Yeah, these are basically emptying instantly. So no matter how fast, no matter how fast this is filling, and these are filling quite quickly, um, we're going to have a train throughput issue, it looks like. But can't do anything about that. That's just the price of having a very hungry base. Right. So I guess I'm going to make these also holmium filtered. And just do that. That's so bonkers that like so much water is being consumed that it has become the bottleneck. Really would not have expected that. Just to be sure, that's coming here and it's preferring to go out. Yes, so no issues there. But sulfuric acid is backed up, batteries are backed up. These are producing quite nicely. Okay. I think, with the exception of the water shortage... Oh, we're now out of holmium plates for some reason. And that's again because of the water shortage. Ah. Do I just need to turn that off? Wait, this isn't hooked up to water at all. It's because I moved that down by one. Jeez, Al. I'm a stooge sometimes, you know that? Alright, that's looking a lot better. Can't believe I forgot to hook water back up. Okay. Why is this going so slowly? Are we just low on... Yeah, we're dead on power. Alright. Time to tile the basin in accumulators then. Alright, maybe that will help a little bit. I really don't like the way that looks, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Right, and next lightning storm, everything should fill up. Oh my god, I hate this. It's so slow. No way, is it really consuming all of the lightning? Like, okay, the accumulators are being charged, great, but what I'm getting from this is that well, let's see. Each accumulator is outputting 300 kilowatts, and we're consuming almost 300 megawatts. So we need 1,000, which we've got more than enough. Okay, so it's no longer a lightning storm. This is how fast our accumulators are draining. It is precipitously fast. And we're out of ice again. We're out of ice, and we've still got a little bit of electricity. Some of these batteries have drained already. And brownout. Yep. And then lightning storm. So we're not quite making it through the night. All right, let's add a few efficiency modules here and there. All right, well that reduced our overall load by almost a third, it looks like. Well, not quite. But it's something at least. This widget has to be going at full capacity. You can't get past that. But for the time being, let's double this. mean, it's not a double, it's actually quite a lot. But I want to get more rare accumulators up and running. Yeah. Actually, we're just going to do normal. Greater than or equal to accumulators. And equals normal. Okay. Yeah. That'll work out better, I think. Because even if they're uncommons, we can still use the uncommons. Still dying of thirst. And lastly, I think one thing that is desperately needed now is quality 3 modules. Let's make some more quality 2s here. And some quality 1s here. And we're going to upgrade quality 2s to quality 3s. Thought I saw something going on here. Oh, we don't need this anymore, do we? Oh, that's also a good point. Why am I doing this with those? I really need to be doing heyo, like that, and change this to EM plants. Where are my EM plants? Oh, there. So we can get rid of all of this crap. That's really not necessary. Um, I'll keep that logic for now. Oh my goodness. Set recipe, read contents, including crafting. What's this doing? I need to connect red to here, and green to here and there. Set recipe, read contents, and include in crafting. Yes. And then upgrade those to qual 3s. Good. All right. And we can add a beacon or two here. And just one speed beacon should do. Alright, good stuff. And with luck, that should... that will over time solve... Actually, it looks like our power issue is already solving itself. Right, because we have a lot more uncommon accumulators now. That's this blue. No, it's orange. And that's fine. All right. I'm still not really happy with the water issue, but it looks like everything is working. The Holmium has an overflow valve, just in case it needs it. Let's get rid of those. This should gradually pull from our reserves of Holmium. Just out of curiosity, Roboports are consuming 4 megawatts. Most of the power is coming from the EM plants, which is to be expected. And beacons are also pretty close. Recyclers, not so much. Yeah, that'll make sense. All right. And we're low on supercapacitors again. And that's because we're low on batteries again. And that's because we're low on sulfuric acid, because we're low on water. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I think I can get rid of these now, though. They're not really doing anything. I mean, I don't want to admit it, but I think getting rid of the boilers actually solved the water crisis. So they were each pulling 6 per second. So, like, I don't want to panic, but now Holmium solution is up. Electrolyte is up. We're low on petroleum gas, of all things. Yeah, I'd say the water crisis is solved now, which means now these can go at full speed. Yeah, these are going about as fast as I'm making sulfur. I don't really know how I'm going to expand that easily. There we go. Give me a few speed beacons. One prod module. And I need my iron chest. I mean, actually, there's a whole array of speed beacons down here that I can take advantage of. I just have to restructure this one last time. Oh my goodness. There we go. Not a problem. Everything's fine. See, it's fine. forget to hook light oil back up. Right, got light oil, and the electrolyte should have its own source of heavy oil there, so that's fine. We have solved the water crisis, but we are not producing enough light oil now. Sulfuric acid is backing up. That's what we like to see. And we got a water crisis again. Ah, God damn it. Well, everything's on prod modules, so there's literally nothing I can do about that anymore. I'm afraid we're gonna back up on chromium plates. Like, I'm kind of afraid to do this, but desperate times. Yeah, like, that'll work, I think. And if we actually do back up on quality products, which would be incredible, then I can always switch these back down to prod modules. But anyways, these are going. They're low on batteries. But we're producing batteries as fast as we're producing sulfuric acid. Petroleum is fine. We're just water crisis again. Okay, we're just going to limit all of these to, let's say, that much. All of the other chests are limited. Right, these are all fine. Those are limited. Just want to make sure that I don't have... Yeah. This'll be fine. Alright, and with that, I'm pretty confident that Fulgora is in a steady state. Such as it is. It will place down more uncommon accumulators as they become available. And that should solve any power issues. Can't do anything about ice, unfortunately. But I guess there's always going to be a bottleneck somewhere. So, with that, I think it is time for me to get off this planet. I guess I don't need these planners anymore. Alright, let's go to Cutlass. Oh. Finally done with Fulgora for the next however long. Let's go to Vulcanus. So, there's still so much to be done. On Vulcanus, I need to mine that new coal patch, which means I need to kill 2 more demolishers, and I need to redesign the science space platform so that it can pull in more asteroids and have a lot more production upgraded to foundries. I also need to make space platforms with nuclear reactors. That's really something that I should do before leaving Novice. There's really not a reason not to. So yeah, I think those are my priorities. Get that coal patch and redesign my space platforms with nuclear reactors. And then I can possibly get started on some quality loops. I've definitely decided that doing it on Fulgora is kind of out of the question. Like it's producing some like some rare holmium products, but at a pretty slow rate. And if I think about what I actually need it for, like EM plants, like Tesla turrets, I've already got my rare mech armor. It's like rare quality modules. I'm not going to need rare Tesla turrets anytime soon. Rare personal roboports would be nice. So that's something I can put on my shopping list. And rare Mark III batteries, just like 1 or 2 of those would go a long way. But aside from like aside from stuff that you shove into your armor, the holmium products are not used for that much that's like endgame critical. So most of my quality stuff is still going to be on Vulcanus, I feel. So I'll hang out on Vulcanus, I'll get those tasks cleaned up, and after I'll get started blasting off to Gleba. And once I'm done with Gleba, then we have to return to Novice and set up biolabs. Alright, but here we are. Back on Vulcanus. So, that'll do it for today. Alright. So, so as I mentioned, ScotiaCon is happening beginning Friday this week. And it's running until Monday. So I am absolutely not going to be playing Factorio next week. But I am going to be playing a bit more Echo the Dolphin on Thursday. We have gotten to the Hanging Water stage, which is my favorite of the entire series. It's so cool. Definitely tune in on Thursday to catch that. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today. Let's find someone to read out to. Let's see. Well, Hexy is playing Tomodachi Life, so I'll send you over to her. As always, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.